Hi students, welcome to today's class and today's topic is crime scene reconstruction. I hope you all are safe and staying healthy. So let's begin our class. As I told you in the introduction class, like what is a crime scene and what is the importance of a crime scene. So, and what is the importance to investigate a crime scene. So for that, crime scene investigators or the investigating officer use so many investigating methods for investigating a crime. In that, crime scene reconstruction is a very important investigation technique. And moving to the further details, I would like to share a small case study. You all know John F. Kennedy, US President. So he was killed in 1963, and after his assassination, after that his death, there was so many confusions regarding like how they did the conspiracy, how he killed this person, and what was the motive behind this like assassination and all those things. So for that, like they in 1977 they reconstructed the whole case, and they formed a committee, and all the officers in that committee they started reconstructing the whole event, like the assassination. They killed Kennedy from the sixth floor of a building, and he was gunshot, and there are three bullets on that crime scene, and I think two struck his body, and like, but they were not knowing which one caused the death and all those things. So all the events they reconstructed, and in 1960, like the thing happened, the whole crime occurred in 1963, and after so many years in 2003 the ABC TV broadcast, they did a 3D animation for all the like reconstruction, all the crime scene, or like how it happened and all those things. They animated it and they made it like a film, and they broadcast in a TV. So from that reconstruction, they all got a whole idea about how the crime occurred, how they committed the crime, and how he was dead. So like reconstruction will help like this, how investigating officer to know how the culprit committed the crime, and what all the things he did, what all the events happened during the crime scene. So in this class we will see what is the crime scene reconstruction, what is crime scene reconstruction, and what is the importance of crime scene reconstruction, and what is the nature of crime scene reconstruction. So we'll move on to the next slide. So crime scene reconstruction is an investigating method of crime investigation which represents a set of systematic analytical process which serve to provide relevant information about the manner of creation and dynamics of crime preparation. So crime scene investigation is basically an investigating method. Like for the investigation of crime, they are using a investigating method called crime scene reconstruction. So the investigating officer is reconstructing all events happened in the crime scene, like using his like logic or based on his experience. He is reconstructing the whole event, like how the culprit committed the crime and all those things. And reconstruction involves scientific scene analysis, interpretation of the scene pattern evidence, and laboratory examination of physical evidence. Like what reconstruction involves two main things. Like it is a systematic study of related information and logical formulation of theory, and it involves scientific scene analysis. Like the investigating officer should analyze the crime scene scientifically and interpret the like whole scene evidences, and the physical evidence. From the physical evidence, the maybe the investigating officer will get some clues to link the like some missing elements will be there when he is reconstructing the crime scene. Some missing elements will be there. So the from the physical evidence collected from the scene of crime, he can easily resolve the missed links. Then he had to systematically study like what all information he gathered, and after that finally he has to formulate a theory. Like in science we used to if you are doing a research, or if you are doing a discovery or invention, anything, or simply if we are doing an experiment, what we will do, we will be having an aim, and for that fulfilling that aim we will make a procedure, and we'll do that procedure, and we'll observe that how the experiment is going on, and from the observation we will analyze the things, and finally we will get a conclusion that, or finally we are forming a theory. So likewise, reconstruction is also a systematic scientific study, and after all the things the investigating officer will form a theory. What will be the theory? Like how the culprit committed the crime, how he entered to the crime scene, and how he killed that person, and how he exited from the crime scene. Like from so many films, if we are seeing so many films, detective films, we can see how the investigating officer is reconstructing the crime scene, like how the culprit entered there and how he committed the crime, and maybe if autopsy, for example, if a person is killed and we don't know like how the murder occurred, and the body that taken to the autopsy, and from the autopsy they are like coming to know that this is he died because of this poison, and he'll get some footprints, fingerprints from the crime scene. So this poison, okay, this is homicide. So somebody entered the crime scene. So they will link all those small evidences, and they will reconstruct the whole scene, and finally they will find the culprit. Next, importance of crime scene reconstruction. So what are the importance of crime scene reconstruction? Crime scene reconstruction is very much useful to determine the actual cause of crime, and by limiting the possibilities that resulted in the crime scene, or the physical evidence encountered. Maybe we'll get some physical evidence, and maybe uh, or like this physical evidence, maybe it is not as so essential for linking the things, but from the experience of the mm, investigating officer, or the from his scientific ability to examine the physical evidence, or from his ability to make keen observations at the scene of crime, the investigating officer can link all those things, and he can find out the actual cause of the crime from reconstructing a crime scene. So crime scene reconstruction is very much important, because if the investigating officer knows how the whole event happened, he can easily link the crime scene to the suspect. And there are three terms which, like, all the time we people will think that some confusions will occur with reconstruction, like reenactment, recreation, and criminal profiling. So these are the three similar terms of reconstruction, but they are not similar in their thing. Reconstruction is different from reenactment, recreation, and criminal profiling. So we'll see what is reenactment. Reenactment refers to having the victim, suspect, witness, or other individual reenact the event that produced the crime scene or physical evidence based on their knowledge. Like, um, say, if I am the victim, I can tell the whole event, what happened to me, to the investigating officer, to the police officer. Or if the witness, if an eyewitness is there, the eyewitness can say these all things happened in the crime scene. So I saw these things, and he was coming from that side, and he committed this crime, and he ended after committing the crime he flew off, like that. So the witness also can say, if there is a suspect, if the investigating officer is interrogating the suspect, from suspect also the investigating officer will get something. So this is reenactment. that based on the knowledge of the victim, witness, or suspect, they are telling the whole event that happened on at that time. So this is called reenactment. And recreation is that like replace the necessary items or actions back at the crime scene through original scene documentation. Like we know that these things are here, like placed here, and after crime what happened to that things and all those things. So recreation means replacement of the necessary items through documentation of the scene, original scene. Like in recent Sushant case, film actor Sushant case, there was like CBI is now dealing with that case, and there was a big news like the CBI officers went to his flat and recreate the whole event with the help of, or they took their staff, the flat staff, Sushant staff, and all these people, and they recreated the room, that's crime scene. So that is called recreation. And next is criminal profiling. Criminal profiling is the process based upon psychological and statistical analysis of the crime scene, which is used to determine the general characteristics of the most likely suspect for the crime. Like, for example, we can say that a criminal is there, and he used to commit a crime in a, like, in his some signature will be there. For example, like if you watch the movie in Malayalam Anjampatira, or in Tamil Anyan movie, you can see that the specific person is maybe a serial murder. Like the person is committing the crime by keeping a signature of him. Like as in Onion, he is writing something related to this. Some words related to why he like he want to make others know how he why he committed the crime, so he is writing something. Or in Anjanbadra, some object he is keeping there to make others know that only this person only is doing the same crime. So like that, so there will be a modus operandi means mode of operation, or there will be a signature for a specific criminal. So particular like this criminal, so the investigating officer what they will do is that if they are having any suspicion, or if the person is having any criminal background, he the investigating officer will collect all the details from their childhood, like mm, from childhood, like is there any psychological problem for this particular person, or is there any criminal background, or why, like his married life and his personal profile, everything they collect and they will keep in their record. So if a case is occurring in Ernakulam, the same time mode of operandi is happening in another district called Thrissur, or the same thing after 2 months it's happening in Kollam, like this thing they can relate. So this person has a characteristic of doing a crime like this, so they will link. In Ernakulam also the same pattern occurred. In Thrissur also same pattern occurred. So maybe this person had committed the crime because he is having a general characteristics of doing the crimes like this. So likewise they can easily find out the culprit. So for that, all the investigating officer or in police stations, they will keep a criminal profile of the culprits. So that is called criminal profiling. So we should not get confused with these three terms to the reconstruction. The reconstruction is another scientific investigating methods, and these are another terms like recreation, reenactment, and criminal profiling. Then nature of reconstruction. What is the nature of reconstruction? So reconstruction is based partially on scientific experimentation and partially on past experiences. Like the investigating officer will scientifically or systematically do study in the crime scene, or by his own past experience, or if he is a well experienced person, he can easily reconstruct the crime scene. And it closely follow basic scientific principle, and reconstruction helps to form theory, formation, and logical biological methodology and all those things. And if a logical or careful observations and the considerable experience from that like from that observations or from that experience, they can form a proper interpretation analysis, and after analysis they can finally create finally recreate or reconstruct the crime scene. So this is the basic nature of reconstruction. And so that's for today's class. So we came to know about the importance of what is in reconstruction and the importance of reconstruction and the nature of reconstruction. Next we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.